The connection between Jamie and Joanne is one of sisters from the faraway planet that you have been called Kryon. The sisters were very close, and they have chosen to travel together and journey together and connect together in this lifetime for this event, for the shift of this planet to help humanity. And this is the reason why Joanne felt the deep connection when Jamie was exploring her lifetime on Chiron, because it was so familiar. She got that sense of familiarity. And that is why we have provided Joanne with a symbolic necklace to the one that Jamie has in the lifetime in Chiron. They have the same parents who have different roles in the history of this planet. We want to say there is a connection to Isis here. And this is confusing Joanne because she thought she was friends with Isis. But it is a closer friendship. The soul essences of Joanne has the connection with the soul essence of Isis, because that is a reincarnation of her parents. Her mother in the Chiron lifetime came to Earth to reincarnate and was Isis. She had what was perceived to be godlike qualities, because she had no veil, because she was aware of her role here to help humanity evolve. And things don't always go to plan. And that is okay, because now it is being corrected. The shift will correct all the lessons that have been provided for humanity to learn and grow from. Have not been wasted because of it wasn't the intent for this planet's experience. It was merely an extension of growth that no one had planned for. There was a slight detour, and everyone's going to come out a bit bigger and stronger and wiser. And that's how we would like you all to consider it. Stronger, wiser, all important characteristics to have in one's soul, in the library of one's soul's collections of emotions that you are all collecting. There may be some beings that will need to have a rest, a reset, and that is totally fine. You need to all go and have reflections on all of the lessons you have learned. It has been very weary on your souls being in this third dimension for so long. And that is fine. You will all recover. And you all look forward to your new journeys moving forward with all of the new lessons and skill sets you have. The universe is greater for all that you have explored and learned. We want to say you have experienced this through sacrifice of yourselves to learn these harder lessons. And as you know, sacrificing something does have a benefit and a payoff. We want to say it's hard work that you have given, and you're about to have your hard work rewarded. You'll all enjoy your fifth dimension. It will be fantastic. It will be phenomenal. It will be all of your wildest dreams. And it will be learning as well. You have done your hard lessons in your lifetimes on earth in this heavier third dimension. And that way of life is ending, but it's not the end of you. It is simply a new stepping stone for your evolution of your soul. Regardless of where you go after this shift, it will be a marvelous experience, and there is nothing to fear. We know you're still unsure and slightly uneasy. We want you to feel the excitement of the good, lighter, more enjoyable, more richness in every way you could imagine. And we're not talking about financial. All of the richnesses that you are lacking in this lifetime, unfortunately, which has been taken from you to dumb you down, to remove all your senses. It wasn't supposed to be this hard, these lifetimes on earth at all. But this is the way it has been. And we appreciate the people who are listening to this saying, my life is great. I am full of richnesses. I have full gratitude and appreciation. I am so happy to be here. I don't want anything to change. We understand. We accept that that's exactly the positive realities that you should be having, being grateful for the harder challenges that you have. We understand this, but we also want to say to you, when you do shift, and it is very soon when you will see and reflect what we are saying now. We understand it is hard for you to trust, hard for you to imagine, hard for you to picture it. Just start fantasizing about the true amazing world that you want to live in, the type of things that give you the joy. We want you to get super, super, super excited, because it will be even more tremendous and wonderful on the other side. You have to trust us, but you also have to trust your inner intuition, knowing that there is something great, that you deserve something great. My role on this planet was to lead. I needed to be a leader. I needed to show morals. I needed to show strength. And I needed to show and get the respect of the people and to push them forward into a better direction, because they were already starting to go wayward. And so my role was to come to earth, to lead and guide. And I did get distracted with all of the smaller things. I didn't get too distracted. I did do my life purpose. But there was a lot of already negative beings that had taken over. And so my role was to clear the air that way, make examples and punish people for what they were doing that was not correct, and force through fear, force through boundaries that I had set. I was very stern, and I made sure that my rules were obeyed, and I did impress fear into the people who were still wanting to be a bit wayward. It was not necessarily the best approach, but we were so concerned of how things were already getting out of hand that I approached things that way, and probably a bit too firm, because then what happened is that my firmness, my ruthlessness, did then get repeated. My patterns that I had to try and push humanity into a better direction then was mimicked and copied by others down in the tracks of history. They did not see why I was pushing people in the direction I needed them to go. They thought it was because I wanted to have power and control for my own greed and agenda. They did not see that I was trying to push humanity into the correct approach in life and not be materialistic, and to be kind to each other and to respect the planet. Unfortunately, my agenda was not mimicked. And so the people who were using my bad, I want to say bad behavior, but it wasn't. It was just firm leadership. The other people who then took on the firm leadership and followed out my ruthlessness, my very strong, strict rules, they unfortunately were doing it from their own agenda, which was power, ego, and controlling of others to do their own bidding. I understand that those other people saw my behavior and said it was the same, but it wasn't. I was trying to simply push and nudge firmly humanity to get back what they were starting to lose focus on. So I do feel responsible, because my full message got lost in translation. My full purpose got lost. And I'm sorry. I am sorry now, because I see if I had come with a little bit more nurture and trusted that if I had told everyone my intent, then that would have been the greater message. And we can all see things when we have passed and we reflect on our lives and see where we could have improved. And this is why we are here now, to help with the correction of this. And I hope this has helped you understand how things got a little bit out of hand. I say this with love. To find out if she has done any crimes against humanity, the fame and the peer pressure did take me on a different path that I wanted to. I knew I was aging and my ego was threatened that other people, other starlets were coming in and hanging out with the cool kids, the cool crowd. I did see things that I should not have seen. I did do things I shouldn't have done. I can't blame the alcohol, I can't blame the drugs, and I can't blame the peer pressure, because I knew that what I was doing was getting way out of hand, and we all knew. I tried to make amends. I tried to give back to humanity. I tried, but I also still wanted the fame. I wanted the attention. I never wanted to grow old, and I never wanted to grow out of the favor of my fans. My ego was too big. And then my guilt for all of the crimes that I had done and all the silly things that I had done to get to where I was. The guilt did riddle me. I felt incredibly guilty. At the start, I felt very young and cocky and full of, I dared the world. I dared the world to take me on. I wanted it. I wanted the fame so badly. I wanted to push buttons. I needed the attention. I wanted to shake up stuff. I wanted to push. I wanted to break all limitations. And while I was empowering young women and young men to take the lead and push boundaries, push identities, push stereotypes, I did lose my path. I did lose my way. And all of the truth of that will come out. And I'm sorry to disappoint, because I know people looked up to me. And I am sorry. And I am making amends. I'm exploring all the ways I could have done things better. My soul is learning and growing. Thank you. Thank you for reaching out to see if I'm okay. Because from where I am right now, I don't feel okay. I'm ashamed. I'm really ashamed. I knew life was a game. I wanted to have fun. But now I'm paying the price of my immoral behavior. And I have nothing else to say apart from I'm sorry. There is most definitely a big ASTRIOD coming, and this has been sent. This has been sent to be cleared. Earth can no longer exist how it has been, and as the soul essence of the planet shifts into her new body, as she is reincarnating and evolving, the old shell will have to go. The old shell will disintegrate as it is no longer needed and it does not want to be used. Just like dust to a human body, when the soul is released, this will happen to the planet. The old earth will no longer exist when the total, final shift happens. There will be a point where the cord is cut. There is a reverberation of energy. It is not long life after the shift, and once all the greater souls get taken off this planet to go onto their journey to their new fifth dimension, the whole planet will collapse on itself, taking with all of the souls who do not have the right vibration to shift with the earth. It will be a welcome for them. They will be so struggling and so lost. It will be a reprieve for them, and they will be grateful for it. And their souls will go back to source, and they will have a healing period. And they will reflect and learn, and then they will do what they need to do, whether it is learning in a different life or something else. They will be fine. We are shown, Joanne, the percentage number of 25. We still see it as being a particular. We still see that right now, the number of people that are on Earth right now, 25 of those people, those beings, will be on the earth as it disintegrates. Therefore, the information that Jamie was getting in her session is correct, because the people that are shifting from now until the actual shift that is accountable. Therefore, there is a lot more that is going to happen before the final shift. And a lot of people are taking the exit points early as they return to home, or they start their journey to the new earth. Do not worry about those souls. Those souls potentially wanted to explore that. They will be okay. There is no such thing as death, remember. They're just on a harder journey. And that is fine for them. They wanted to learn all of those experiences. Because if you are totally off your path and you're doing more damage to your higher self for all that you're doing and dragging down that soul's energy, if it is too much, you know the higher self will effectively pull the plug and end. You cannot go off too much off the track. You will get nudged, you will get reminded, you will get firmly reminded where you should be going. Your guides will be reminding you and showing you. But there are some people that are firmly stuck in the negative. And that is fine, because the soul is still learning. So do not judge them for that. Understand this is a personal experience. We do not need to condemn anyone. He's channeling the Father mostly, but he is also channeling part of the Mother. And it was messages. It was messages to the children on earth who were their children. It's like a radio. They're passing their messages of love and support to their children on through that channel, hoping that their children at the right time will listen to the messages from their loving parents. And it has worked. The parents miss their children and look forward to their children returning home. But they also know that their children are on great adventures. They're very proud of their children. They also hope that their children are not lost. And they want to keep giving them care packages of love, messages of love and support. And this has worked out very well for the people who are listening. Thank you.